It's a beautiful day and you're out walking in this lovely field when suddenly you slip and fall on a banana peel and fall off of a cliff and die. The end. Just kidding. What happens after you die is rigor mortis. So what happens in rigor mortis? Your muscles are made out of two types of proteins mainly, called actin and myosin. Actin is the red and it is called thin muscle filaments, and myosin is the blue and that is the thick muscle filaments. So during muscle contraction, myosin, it has these heads right there, and what happens is myosin heads go forwards and grab onto the actin and pull, and that pulls the actin closer and causes your muscles to contract. In order for your muscles to lengthen again, actin and myosin have to detach from each other, so the head of the myosin has to let go, but that won't happen unless there is ATP present. ATP, or adenosine triphosphate, is a molecule that your cell uses for a lot of functions. It's very important, but what happens is ATP has to bind to the myosin head in order for it to release. So ATP is produced in your body by your mitochondria during cellular respiration, basically the process by which mitochondria makes a lot of ATP. And when you are dead, your mitochondria are no longer functioning and you no longer get ATP. So what happens during rigor mortis is that there is no ATP available for the myosin that gets it to release. With no ATP, myosin is stuck to the actin and your muscles are stuck as contracted, and that is what causes rigor mortis. And that is why you get all stiff, because your muscles are stuck in a contracted position and can't release in order to get your muscles to be less stiff and contracted. So when relaxed, the actin is not being pulled on by the myosin and the muscle is not contracted, but then when it is contracted, the filaments are close together and stuck in a stiff position when you die. Rigor mortis doesn't last very long though, because actin and myosin are proteins, and proteins degrade and get denatured, and so eventually, when all of the muscle proteins degrade, they break down and you get all loose and floppy and all of your juices start to come out. The end.